Hi everyone, this is Shamila. Welcome to my channel. I have got, well, what is for me, I have to admit, a breakthrough, because I have been struggling for a couple of days, and I went as far as going on to the Cricut member care line, which was amazing, by the way. A big shout out to the gentleman, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, Monsif, Monsif. He was just awesome. He had so much patience with me because I am not technically inclined. So when things like this stump me, I need help a lot of the time. So first thing I did was I cut some stickers, and this is what happened. So if you look at my sticker, you can see that it was cutting off on the top, which meant I needed to calibrate my Maker 3. This is what I proceeded to do a few days ago, and then on my third attempt it said contact member care. You cannot calibrate your machine more than 3 times. So panic set in. Yes, I know it is. When you see that red words coming up, you're like, uh-oh, what the heck is going on? Nevertheless, I contacted member care. My call was answered within about 5 minutes, and like I said, the assistance, I was handled with so much TLC you will not believe. And what impressed me the most was the first thing he said to me was, I do apologize that you are having an issue with one of our machines. I'm not sure if that's the exact words, but something to that effect, which immediately put me at ease because now I knew that I was dealing with someone who could help me. Anyways, we went through the whole process and it took us about 40 odd minutes, but at the end of the call he explained to me exactly what I needed to do to fix my issue. Right, so I printed, and this is only this morning's trial and errors. But what was happening for me for the entire time was, and I will show you, I even started making notes for myself on each print to say I'm choosing number 11 and number L and what's happening, and progressively we went from there. So I chose H, and then what I realized was that, and I'm not sure if I'm just being stupid or if it's common knowledge, I should have googled it but I didn't. What I realized was that the numbers are the 2 lines on the side, and this is why I'm doing this video, so that if you are having an issue, you don't have to print all these sheets. At least you can have some comprehension of how this thing works. So the numbers at the top are the 2 side lines, and it should have been obvious to me from the beginning because these lines are running vertically and those are running horizontally. But yes, I didn't think of it. I just plugged in number, and so collectively throughout this entire phase, my number 11 remained fixed. The number 11 was always smack bang in the middle, and the 2 sides were always cutting perfectly. But here is where the problem came in. Whenever I chose the line that was right in the middle, so for example, on this one, it would be J, it would be cutting too low. So in other words, let me explain to you the other thing that I also wasn't very clear about, is that when it requests that you need to confirm whether it is cutting in the middle of the line, they mean it must be smack bang in the middle of that black line, not in the middle of the white space, which was what I initially thought. You see, I am a little bit on the blonde side. I apologize to all the blondes out there. But yeah, that is what is meant. So let's go back to this. So in other words, whenever I chose the one that was right in the middle, which in this case would have been K, we were still cutting a little bit short, which meant was that it was cutting below this line and I was getting way too much of that black. So let me find one of the last ones. There we go. So on this one, I think this was my final one, or the second one before my final one. But as it went on, I tried to figure out which way these lines were going. So it was cutting below the black line here, which meant it wasn't cutting right in the middle of the two lines, top and bottom, and I was getting too much black here and no black there. So on the square that I should have brought it with, I was silly, but on the square that cuts out, the top of the square had no black at all and the bottom had too much black. What I then did was I decided I'm going to go up with my lines. So if it was on J, I chose I instead of J. And then I realized I was on the right track. So my final one that I actually did was, let me just find it here. I hope I still have it. I realized that I needed to go 2 up on the perfect straight line. So for example, if J was my perfect line, I had to choose H, and that is what I eventually did. And I want to show you my before and my after cut. I hope this makes sense, guys. I really hope so. But the control freak in me was not prepared to accept this as a given. This machine is too smart for me to be cutting a bad cut like this. So my control freak is a lot happier right now because we are getting very even borders all round. And yeah, I don't know if it made sense, but if you are possibly having some issues with your print and cut, please contact MemberCare. They are awesome. And if you think that I may be able to explain it to you on a one-to-one level, you are most welcome to get hold of me. If you're not on my channel, please do subscribe and like this video. If you like this video, it will be spread among more people and I can grow my channel. And hopefully share a lot more information with you as I go and learn on this incredible journey that I started with Cricut. And guys, that's it from me. Until next time, see you in cyberspace. Bye now.